Welcome, everybody. This is the fourth day of the Tucker special. I'm trying out some different options here as far as video and audio goes. I hope that it's an improvement. Title of this is Day 4 Fixing Some Mistakes, and I'll explain why. Now, I built the crutch. The only thing I did do off camera is I did drill the holes for the engine. Um, and mount the engine so that I could get the correct placement of this. And what I mean by fixing some mistakes is I don't like how this fuselage is laid out. So we're going to redo it. Not going to change the numbers any, but we're going to change how this is laid out. I mean, plain and simple. It almost works, but not quite. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to build a new front half. And in order to do that, I'm going to do it with the crutch. And the reason for it is a cleaner nose. The way that the Tucker was laid out for a Fox 35 would have been fine, but it's not okay for the OS 32F. So I should have done this in the first place. I should have just laid it out the way that I know how to do it. So I'm going to take the spray bar out of this. But we're still going to use those fuselage sides. I'm not going to cut new fuselage sides. I'm just going to build a nose, and I'll explain why here. There's no need to throw away the other half for the simple fact the way that I install my wings. The old way was to cut the bottom of the fuselage out and install a wing from the bottom, keeping the top half secure. But that's not how I do things anymore. So hopefully you can get a grasp of what I'm going to do here. I have to mark where the firewall goes. This particular setup, the front of the wing will have a notch in it, just like I've been notching my bigger airplanes and moving the tank back into the wing. However, it won't sit back in the wing as far as my big airplanes do. So we want to mark this firewall right here using this crutch. I have to make sure that's straight. Not really. Okay. See how bowed that board is? That is ridiculous. But it doesn't matter. But it sure would matter if I didn't straighten this out before I started. So we'll do that now. This lumber came from from the SIG factory in the 90s. And I guess over time, sitting up in my shop has let it relieve. It's bowed in the center, 3/16 of an inch. That's a long ways. So now we have it straight, so that's good. I'm going to draw where these bulkheads go, F1, F2, according to the crutch. As I've stated in the past, everything's built off the crutch. So there's F2. Make sure you like, subscribe, share, throw me a super chat if you can. Help out with the channel. It's F1 here. I'm also going to use, because these motors run so smooth, I'm not going to use any aircraft ply. I'm just going to use light ply for F1, F2. So now we have to get a needle valve location. The spinner is 1 3/4 inches. So I want a needle valve location. Where's that drill bit? To make this come out perfect, I'm going to drill right down through the spray bar hole. And that's where it's going to end up. So now, this is 1 3/4 inches, and you'll see the difference in the way this is laid out. We need the bottom of the nose ring right there. And we want to come back to here. And then, of course, we want that. So now this is I just ordered a 4-ounce clunk, but this is a 6, so we want no more than this, because the 4 will be a little less. So the cowl shape will look like this. Now, you notice that I drilled this hole in the fuselage side before we even got the airplane done. So we're going to lay the cowl out so that needle valve hole comes right out at the brake. So we want to, this is F1. Yeah, that's fine how that goes. I didn't change it much, but I did change it. It'll make a difference in the way it looks when it's finished. So you see that this has a kink in it, and there's a break right there. So make sure you can see that. There's a break right there where the needle valve comes out. If I'd have done it, I could have done it this way, but what happens is there won't be enough left for the cowl mounting. This is up in the nose ring area. That would be terrible. I mean, half more of the fuselage side would be at the top of the nose ring than at the bottom. I mean, it'd work, but it'd look funny. I got to thinking about that the other night. I go, man, I made a mistake. Well, easy way to fix it is this way. As my friend John says, it's only wood. And he's 100% right. It's only wood. You know, I could just go ahead and cut a whole fuselage side out of this. Might as well. That way I don't have to monkey with it. We're going to go ahead and do the wing pattern as well. The opening for the wing. Why the heck did that do that? Oh, well, didn't hurt it. Okay, so inch. Yeah, we'll just cut new sides. I got another piece of 1/8. I don't want to change the dimensions, so it's got to be this. So the tank's moved underneath the wing a little bit, so into the wing, I mean. I hope the new camera angle helps, because like I said in the beginning, you couldn't see what I was doing, and I'm hoping the audio is better. Let me know in the chat if the audio is better than it was the other day, because this is a Rode mic. The audio sounded like I was in a tin can. I think I made another mistake. Damn, I just can't get away from it. We'll see what happens when I do that. Becoming difficult to do video. Well, I can use this on the other side, I suppose. Oh, this is the other side. Okay, great. So this is the outboard side anyway. So I didn't make a mistake. That's a good thing. But I better pay attention when I do the other side. So when need the back saw. Okay, this is the outboard side. The reason why I thought I made a mistake is because I didn't leave that notch for the muffler. But that'll be fine for the outboard side. The inboard side is a slightly different shape. So I got to think about that. More than slightly. Let's find the 1/8 inch stock. That's 3/16. I know I got it here. That's 3/8. Yeah, we'll use this, I guess. Okay. So I had to get out my really good stuff. But I got to think about this. This is the inboard side. I think we'll draw this out first before I cut it, because I only got one shot. I got 4-inch wide 1/8 inch stock, but it's kind of a shame to use it on a 3-inch wide position. You want to use the wood that you got. That you can get away with, so to speak. Let's see here. I want to true this up, but I don't have anything long enough. 48 inches long. I think a meter is a little longer than a yard. And it's out too. We're going to be sanding the outside and the inside of this to lighten it up. It should be about a 1/16 of an inch thick all the way around, the way that Ron told me. And Ron is the guy who campaigned the Tucker Special. I was looking at old photos of Gary Zeller and Schaefer and Ron back in the there was they came out with the Tucker Special 4, Tucker 4. We knew that thing was going to be a slug because of how breasty the wing was and how long the nose was. And I was assured how great a flying airplane that was. You know what? You don't see many of them. I think I've seen 1 or 2 of them built. Okay. So we're going to mark this out with pen and cut it to the line because I don't want to waste another bit of wood. I got 2 fuselage sides that would work for a Fox 35 if anybody wants them. So now I got to figure out how this is going to work up here at the nose. It's another reason why I enjoy scratch building. Because I'm not bound by anybody's rules. So we're going to come down to we're going to go to here. And we're going to come to here. And it's square across. Man, I hope this is right. And it's not. Shit. Good thing I'm checking. It's way over here. And way over here. This is no good way to do this. Let's try it this way. Okay, that one's right. Right here. Okay. Okay, how are we going to do this now? It's got to go to where? Yep, that's it. Nope. So we want to go to there. Now this is a really strange bend in this because of the way it's set up. But that's okay. Make it look so much nicer. I can use those pieces for doublers. That's what I'll do. We might do that. We might glue them tonight. So now I have a real strange looking nose area. I'll show that here in a second. We got somebody ask a question. Yeah, I'm building. You know, I was thinking about taking up the piano, and Steve is going to give me a piano, so I'm going to do both. I'm going to take up the piano and build because I really like boogie woogie. Oh. Now I got to think, is that cowl going to go on there, right? Yep. Yep. Looks right. Of course, you don't know. I might change my mind again. I'll go ahead and make the doublers out of another piece. I got more over there. I think I'm gonna have to change blades though, because it sure don't want to operate right. Let's try a Chinese double-edged razor blade. What kind of crap is this? That's exactly what it is, crap. They're not double-edged razor blades. They're some kind of plastic scraper. Oh. Okay, we got these over here. We'll try this. I hope you guys are enjoying the hour a day build session. And trust me, I have not done any work off camera except for what I stated. I drilled some holes off camera. Because the noise of the drill running. That, and it's easier to think when I'm not having to make a video. Okay. I'll show the difference in the two fuselage sides when I get this one cut. Let's see here. I just don't have enough room to work here. It's terrible. But then again, this goes to the adage, there are no excuses why you can't build or you have no room to build. I'm building in the closet, basically. The only saving grace is that I can go over to my friend's house and work in his nice shop once a week. All right. I'm surprised how many people actually watch these videos. Okay. After I get this cut, I'm going to clean off the bench. I can't move. There's just no room for anything. Okay, the difference between the two fuselage sides. Even the one I made here. This is the original that I did the other night. You notice how narrow this is right here? No good. It's laid out incorrectly. Now they're both the same length fuselages, but the difference is the engine is set back on the wider. Now it'll probably become more clear when I make the nose ring. But if I would have used the original, more of the nose ring would have been hanging underneath. Is that okay? Not really, because the way that I mount my cowls is that the cowl hooks into the nose ring and the cowl is attached on the back by one screw. I use an 1/8" dowel up here. If I do that, the bottom of the nose ring is hanging out, and you can't bend the cowl in and out of the airplane with that much hanging out down. So this way, when I sand it around, and I'll make sure to explain this when I do mount the nose ring, the cowl will fit in easier. Not only that, I kind of misjudged where the exhaust opening was going to be because I hadn't had the crutch set up. So now that the crutch is set up, we can see that this will fall perfectly where it's supposed to. So the cowl will slip down and lock into here, and you'll be able to put it into the nose ring there. And the other way, it would have been terrible, and the finished look of the airplane would have took a hit. So I want to make sure that I get this right, because I would like to represent it as they did in the 60s, and they were extremely well finished. And working 1 hour a day, I should be able to do a super nice finish on it if I'm only working an hour a day. Normally, when I'm running through these airplanes, I build them so fast I miss stuff. So this is the inside. I'll put that over there. Let's do the doublers. Set a hard balsa. Let's see what we got here. Got a piece 83. Oh, that's 53. Seems pretty hard though. We're not going to. I'm not going to use the plans for the doublers because my nose is so much different than the plans. Let's see, that's 53.44. I want to use the heaviest piece I got here. Yeah. Of course, I could use that partial that I just cut up. Let's see. Yeah, we'll get one doubler out of this. And this seems hard. Can't believe there's no weight on it. 1/8 inch. This all 55, 54. Need aircraft. Here's aircraft here. 43. This is pretty. That's pretty light. 53. So 53 is going to. 55. 55 is the heaviest. 55. We'll use that one. So we'll go ahead and cut the doublers. I might work a little longer than an hour tonight, depending on how hungry. I haven't eaten dinner yet, depending on how hungry I get. So let's lay the doubler out. Look at the plans. See where it goes to. It goes to F3. So I want to mark out this and see where F3 is. These are the first ones cut, and they have the right marks on them. This is the outboard, so it goes on this side. That's this way. We've changed up the one doubler to go back into the wing, but we're going to keep the rest of them the same. So tick mark, tick mark. Let's see if we got any more questions over there. Well, thank you, Brad. And let's put this over here. We don't need this right now. So let's go ahead and set these aside because I'm not going to use these. Put this in the scrap pile. Okay, so what we're doing once again is I'm laying the fuselage out from the mistakes that I had made on the, you know what, I could do a better job with this triangle here. Okay, that's where this one goes to. All right, I've laid out the the bulkheads where they go, except we've changed where F1, F2 goes. It's back into the wing, which is okay. Let's see here. Now, when I start to assemble this crutch, this bulkhead will be set square on this, and the first bulkhead to go in will be right there. And we don't care where the other ones fall because it just doesn't matter. So it just don't matter. It's only wood. Silence. That's what we got. Silence. I need to cut that back so it's right on that bulkhead line, so the cowl fits correctly. And we'll put these up. This is F3, and this is where the I'm going to show you how to do the bulkhead slots tonight too. I think, you know, everybody has a hard time mastering how to cut nice slots. Well, you don't cut them, you sand them, and it only takes a second to do. And with this close-up camera, should be able to see exactly how I do it. Okay. Matter of fact, let's do that before I make bulkheads. So we got fuselage sides laid out, cut, ready to go. I have a sanding bar I saw somewhere here. Right here. We want these identical. So I got my 30-inch sanding bar. I'm going to go ahead and clamp these two together. The only thing that's different is where the cowl brake is. I'll show you the difference between right and left. The difference between right and left is right there. Now, the cuts on these are just a little bit different, so we're going to true them up. And we're going to true up the underside as well. But I'm going to sand that in. I'm not going to cut it. So laying down on the glass top here. take it off the bench here to hold it in my hand. Now I'll be able to show some of this with this camera angle that I can do. How I did that was I held it here in hand and just trued them up. Now the cowl opening we'll true up with a small sanding block because I don't have enough room to do it with a big sanding block. For you guys that build kits, this shit's already done. Now, I did research a CNC router for $200 on Amazon that will cut my hinges, and it won't cut parts this big, but it surely would cut out a rib set if I wanted to do that. The bed is not big enough, and according to the YouTube reviews, it's a good router, a good CNC router. But who knows? Okay, we got those trued up and ready to go. Let me true this up here. Trust me, you'll see the difference in quality from this airplane and my other airplanes. This one will be better. First off, it's smaller. I'm taking more time, and I'm going to strive for perfection. Okay. So now I want to show you how I'm going to cut the slots. Now we have longerons that go on this thing, and they go from F3, which is, here we go, which is right there, top and bottom. Pretty goofy why it would do that, but that's what the plans say. Look here again. Well, they should be straight on there. Oh, that's why. There we go. Upside down. Much better. Okay, F3 to back here, and we have to notch these bulkheads that I cut the other night. To the right size. Now F3, there's no notch in, but 4, 5, and 6 there is. So how am I going to do that and make it really nice? Well, here we have F5. So I'll do F5 first. And how I do that, is this still set? Not really. And I'm going to take a hard piece of balsa and cut it to the same width as the longeron. I think my cutter is coming apart here. Of course, wrong thing. Maybe I don't have a screwdriver that's going to do it. Okay. So I cut about a 5-inch piece. Back saw that piece out of there. Relatively good. No room. So I got a piece of wood here. I cut the same width as the longeron. I have another piece of wood. Let's use a bigger piece. We wanted about a 1/4 inch overhang on each side. Doesn't have to be perfect, doesn't have to be pretty or whatever. Take some CA, glue that to the other piece. This is the stop. And then we're going to cut it out of this. Whee. I don't have any 100 grit on sticky back, but I do have 80, so that's what we're going to use. We're going to cut that to that length there. Where's my scissors? Do I have scissors? I could have swore I did, but whatever. We'll cut it with a razor blade or knife. Now, it's best if you can get it the same width as this, but it's not all that critical, but we'll try to make it the same width. Made a mark. I'm just going to eyeball it parallel down there because, like I say, it's not that critical. And then take the paper and stick it to your tool. I never cut notches in anything. I always sand them. And you'll see how nice they come out. Okay. We take this bulkhead. Let's make sure you can see what I'm doing here. I got to hold it close because I use my finger as a guide. We're going to sand down to the stop. That's one side. I got 4 to do on each one. This tip here should improve your building ability. Just this one tip today. This is the tip of the day. You cannot cut them as good as you can sand them. I don't care if you're Bob Hunt, Billy Warridge, Paul Walker, it doesn't matter. I just ain't going to buy it that you can cut them better than you can sand them, because these are perfect. And I'll show you what I mean. So we've sanded those longeron notches in there. And how they work. So we got this is F5. I got all them to do too. And that, plus I have to put holes in them for the push rod. So this is F3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. The longerons get glued on this way. F3 has no notches because it's on the inside of this longeron, basically makes a box. Monocoque construction is what you want to learn how to do. You want to make each part interlock with the other part to make things stronger. So, if I've done my homework right, which I know I have, I'm trying to find my pins here. Ah, there we go. I don't normally pin things together, but just for instructional purposes, I'm going to pin this. Normally I would glue it, but that's going to be a separate operation when we lay this fuselage up on top. No jig either. We're going to lay it on top of the top block to make sure it's square and it fits the top block. So let me get this pinned on here. I'm not sure which one of these bowed. I think it's this thing. It don't matter. It'll all lock together. That's a T-pin. Like that. Remember, at the end of the show, I'll open it up for about a half an hour. Now, this is F5. It should fit in perfect. Oh, wait a minute. F6. This is F6. Oh, that's right. I changed the angle of that by the cowl. So I have to make new bulkheads because I changed this angle because of the cowl. Damn. Let's see. I can't believe it changed that much. F5. Oh, that's what it is. F5 doesn't have that. Damn, I screwed that up too. Not used to building off somebody else's plans. Okay, let's remake this. F5 only has one notch in it, not two. Okay, so let's make another one. Comedy of errors. The reason why F5 only has one notch instead of two, the pilot's floor, the cockpit floor, is between the longerons, and this goes to the cockpit floor. It's a good thing I got the set of plans here, because I'd have done it different. But I didn't design this thing. There we go. Okay, try again. It's only got one set of grooves on it. I guess when I do the pilot's floor, I can make that 1/4 inch piece interlock into this, even though the plans don't show it. Okay, F5 sits like so. F5. F5. Aha. There's a 1/4 inch drop in that right there. So I wonder if this is how it was really built back then. I wouldn't, if I was designing something, it wouldn't be like this. Okay. That's how it fits like so. That's okay. Now let's do F6 and see if we can make it fit a little better. Six. F6. Anyway, you guys get the idea how to do this. I mean, it's all just repetition. That's why I didn't do some builds for a while, because I figured you guys knew how to do all this stuff. It goes this way. This is the top. Where's my pins? Disappeared. Anyway, well, we're getting close to an hour, I think. Well, I got 3 likes so far. Hit that like button. Hit the subscribe button. drop me a super chat. Whatever you can do to help out the channel, that sure helps me. I want to go up with the bottom, not with the top. So I don't have any brass tubing. That's the only one problem I got. I can't really skive any holes in this stuff. I have to look around and see if I got something, maybe a carbon fiber tube or something to make a gouge or whatever. Anyway, you guys get the idea. I won't be doing any of this stuff off camera. So we got this one. Let's see how this works out here. So we want to leave that on, leave the line on. When I open the chat up, I need somebody to come in and give me some ideas what they want to see. I mean, I'm going to do this in this manner, but it's very boring, I got to tell you. Broke it. Have to glue it. Okay. I guess that's about all for tonight. I'm going to open the chat up. You can ask me a question. I think I've been running an hour or so. Let's see. Do we have a F3s? Where's F4? F4. What does F4 look like? F4 does have that goes to the top, goes on like so. That locks into the wing, so that's on the bottom. F4 is this way. So this is the last piece to notch. Because the other piece, the other F4 is short. So the F4A. Don't have to monkey with that. That's good. F4 needs to go up a little more. I can go ahead and notch that up with the knife. I'll put a pin in it. Tomorrow night we'll cut doublers. I wanted to make sure to show you how to notch tonight. So I don't know when we'll start gluing, but soon. All right, there we have fuselage started. The other longeron will come into here, and then of course the fuselage side will be got a slight difference there. Oh, I see. This one here needs a little more cut on it. And you guys ever built a lost foam wing? It's basically how you should do things. So they just kind of fall together. Anyway, I'm going to open the chat up, and you guys can ask me a question. 7 viewers, 24 playbacks. Let's see here. We need this. When I copy this, copy, paste it here. Paste. All right, links in the video description. You can come in, ask me a question, whatever. We'll keep that sanding block because we need it. Nine o'clock, I got to eat dinner and get ready for work, go to bed and go to work tomorrow. We'll pin this together while we're waiting for somebody to chat. Ah, damn. And the bottom longeron. I guess Tucker was kind of an eccentric builder, so to speak. Ron knew him best because Ron's the guy who flew his airplane. This needs to be cut in a little more. It's only wood. I guess I can go ahead and glue them longerons on there. Got to get these bulkheads perfect though. Anyway, that's just pinned together, but that's how that business works. Then of course the fuselage side goes on the outside of this. We want to make sure to get it all square. Feels pretty robust. I hope I can make that weight. This thing's adding up already. This fuselage has got to weigh like 5 ounces. Let's see what we got here. Yeah, you're more than welcome, Brad. I downloaded the plan. Good, you can build along with me. It's only an hour a day. It'll take you. It would only take me a couple hours to get caught up to where I'm at if I wasn't making video and having to explain things as I go. But get your parts cut and build along with me. We were going to do something like this for the Excalibur, but it never came about because I didn't have any way to do this. And now I still have the Excalibur kit that I cut. I could do that. And I still have the engine that the guy gave me for that airplane. We're going to give it to a beginner or something like that. Got to make sure to get these square when I get ready to lay this up. All right, seeing that nobody wants to come in and talk to me, I'm going to cut the stream. Look for me again. I'm not sure whether I'll do it tomorrow night or not because it's a rusty night. But we'll see how it goes. Let's see, what have I got going on? Yeah, the cockpit goes right there. So I got to cut a piece for that. All right. You downloaded the plan. I'm glad to see that somebody's using that outer zone deal. Might as well take all this apart. I think I'm going to go ahead and glue on the longerons where they go. That way it'd be easier to handle. That'll be the first glued pieces. Let's see here. Now, here we go. People are going to wonder, why am I not going to use CA for the longerons? Because CA is hard. It doesn't sand very well. So we're going to use alphatic glue on it. And with this airplane, I'm in no rush. So I can let these dry overnight. So we want this like this. These are real handy glue bottles that Tom Morris sells. Except I think mine is clogged. Sure enough. It's been so long since I used it, it got clogged. I don't think I have a piece of wire that long. Not here, anyway. I do in St. Louis. No hinge wire. What the heck? Man, I'm bumming out. I got it. Maybe. Well, that's it. Nope. Aggravating. Pull out the crap there. Maybe. Nope. Well, anybody got any ideas how I get that opened up? I don't have a piece of wire long enough to go down there. Maybe. That might go now. Maybe. We'll try it. Yep, that'll work. Nope. Ah, don't want to come out of there. Join the chat. Either that or the glue's too thick, maybe. Add a little water to it. I'm going to do this too. I'll do this too. There's another trick of the night. I showed you how to sand notches. Now I'm going to show you how to get a super tight glue joint. Super tight. Get a glass of water and a Q-tip. And take the Q-tip and just rub it on the wood damply, dampen it up. This is top. Doesn't have to be sopping wet, just has to be damp. Then this is watered glue, watered down some. There we go. And take that, wipe it on there. Need to get a paper towel or piece of toilet paper or something. Got too much glue on there. These are tricks that I haven't used for building modern airplanes because I'm in too much of a rush. But seeing that we're not in a rush with this airplane, I can do all this stuff. So I put the glue on there, the water on there, and what the water does, when it evaporates, it will draw the wood together. Super tight joint. And I think that white glue is lighter than CA anyway. But we'll go ahead and put a couple of drops on here to hold it down. And that's it on that. When that dries, that will be solid on there, and it'll sand easy than CA. So now we're going to do the same thing on the bottom. Q-tip. Paper clip would not have fit in that hole. But we got it working anyway. The glue was just too thick, I guess. This is a furniture cabinet maker's trick. Come on, you. Well, I think I've run a little more than an hour tonight. I hope you guys don't mind. But I kind of zone out when I'm building. I don't have any kicker. I don't even have any baking soda. Got nothing. This airplane's built with a truly 1960s technology. I got nothing. Okay. We got one done. I'm going to go ahead and clamp it to the bench to assure that it stays straight. We know the glass is straight. I'll go ahead and glue the other one up. Looking at this video stream, it seems to be a big success. I wouldn't think so. There was enough kicker in there to get that kick off. I would not think that this build would be that much of a success. Okay. F3. F3 is that one right there. So that one's the bottom. This is the top. Why does it look different? Oh, that's why. It's in the wrong spot. F3 is right there. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, hit the like button, share the video. I'm sure the people on Facebook hate me, but tough. You guys better get off Facebook, I'm telling you. When I found out what's going on over there, I bailed in a heartbeat. You know what? Let's make sure this is gonna work. Okay, so I'm glad I caught this now. I forgot that I have lengthened the motor mounts, so this needs to be cut back, the top one. So that it locks in with the motor mounts. We want to do that before the glue sets up and makes it impossible to get off. Because as I told you, while this is a Tucker Special, I have changed it slightly in construction. And that glue is already set good. Perfect. Okay, I'm going to show you this, what I just did there. I don't think you can see it's off camera, so I'll move this. And you can see now the plans call for the longerons to stop at F3, which is here. Well, that's all well and good, except I changed it. I changed how my crutch was laid out, where the tank is going to go. So I had to cut it back so the longeron becomes an extension of the motor mount, if that makes sense. So I just set it up there, and I cut probably 3/4 of an inch off the longeron so that when I go ahead and put this crutch system in, I just run it back and touch it to the longeron. That locks the motor mount into the rest of the fuselage. And F3 or F2 will be notched into the wing, so it will lock the wing. With a Fox 35, it would have worked as originally planned. And it would probably work for this 32 as well, but why not use engineering to your advantage instead of throwing it away, so to speak? Let's see, the doubler locks into that, and that overlaps that. Yeah, okay. I made another error. The doubler will lock into that. The motor mount will butt up to that, so that'll work. Man, it's been a long time. Make sure to get these clamped down. All right, guys, I'm going to end the stream. I'm going to eat dinner, then go to sleep, take a shower, and go to sleep. So we'll see you maybe tomorrow night, but more than likely not because of Rusty's show. Till I see you again, fair winds, tight lines. Any question, drop them in the description box below, and I'll try to answer them. Till tomorrow night, see ya.